Hi guys, we're at pattern-collections.com if you want to find today's pattern. And I've chosen Opally for today. Let me click on it so it gets bigger. There we go. So this is the final suggested shape. That's what we're aiming for right there. Sample has put it into 4 of them, which I think looks absolutely stunning, and I think that's where I'm going to head to do that as well. Step 1 is going to be a teardrop shape. Step 2 is going to put 2 sets of petals on either side of the teardrop. Step 3 is going to be another petal, but this one, it comes more curvy inward, so that we end up with a sort of a bowl shape here at the top. So I'm going to curve inward like that, curve inward like that. And then the next step is to put this sort of pearl shape right there, this crescent. And then we can add some more petals on the outside. It's got 3, but you probably do more or less depending, and that makes it look like a pearl that's nestled within this sort of flowery shape, and then you shade accordingly. And this one's got it all nestled up in there. Not too sure. Oh, I was going to say, I didn't know what this was. This artwork is by Barb Mastinon. She does this little cat in her works. Can you see it? Isn't it cute? She puts it in all, that's her signature. You know her works based on this little cat. I've forgotten its name. I should know it. But anyway, if you're a part of the group, if you go to Pattern-Collections on Facebook and look her up, you can find her artwork and get her her little cat's name. It has a name. I just have forgotten. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this with that similar look. I'm going to put, I actually want to put a border just gently so I don't get too close to the edge. And I'm making it kind of big. And then I'm going to give myself just a little guideline diagonally. So my basic shape's going to be kind of here, like that, like that, like that, and like that. I don't know if you can even see that pencil marks that I've put on there, just barely. And that's just to give me some kind of guideline as to where I want this shape. Excuse me. And so I want to make sure that I think I'm going to be about there. I'm going to give myself another guideline just to make them, I'm not going to say consistent because I'm never consistent, but give me an idea of how far up I want this initial teardrop shape. I think I want it about that size. And I'm going to do all of them at once. Okay, that gives me an idea roughly of how I want to do this. And then we've got 2 petals like that on each of these. Remember to turn your page so that it's easy for you to draw. Okay, each of those. And then the third one is got this bigger swoop to it. More of a hug, right? Okay, each of those has sort of a hug, and then the pearl thing comes up and around there. Like so. That one's not as big, but that's okay. And then we need a few more petals hugging this, coming from further up. Oops, that wasn't big enough. Something like that. You'll notice when I made this mistake over here, which one? This one, when I made it too skinny, I didn't try to fix it. I just kept going. And now that I've done that, you don't really even notice that I've made a boo-boo. I've learned that if you try to fix your mistakes, you draw attention to them. So don't even bother. Okay. I like that just the way it is. Now, because I put this border, I am going to do something that I haven't done in quite some time. I am going to actually draw that in like that. So, okay, and then I think I'm going to color that in black. Let me see if my brush pen still works. I have enjoyed these STA pigment liners, but the brush pen is getting fuzzy. The tip is going, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? It's going mush. Let me put it against a white background. Can you see that the tip is kind of going mush? It's not bad, but it's no longer super pointed like it was when I started out. When I first started out playing with this pen, I could get a much finer line. Now I have to push harder because the tip has gone mush. See, it leaves a fuzzy bits if I'm not careful. But I can use it to fill in. Oh, I want to erase. Before I do that, I want to erase just carefully using my kneaded eraser. You guys don't know what one is, just search for kneaded eraser. You can buy it at any art supply store, Amazon, whatever. It's just called a kneaded eraser. It looks like a hunk of gum. And I like it, but it's not for everyone. So, you know, if you don't want to use it, that's cool. But people ask me sometimes, what is that? And now I'm going to color in here. And I may, see, it's too fuzzy. I'm going to have to, do I have my 08? I need a bigger one. Where's my 08? This one. Change brands. This one is Bianyo Micron pen. I got this, don't remember. When did I ordered these? I don't remember. Were they an Amazon? Anyway, this is a brand that I had not heard of, and so I thought I'd give it a try. It's okay. I'm not sure I would buy it again, but it works. I want to get a fatter. I'm just going to swap back and forth, and now I can color in with the brush tip. I just can't get close enough to the edge with this brush. It's too mushy. Perfect. And I'm just going to color these in. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Woohoo! Another crown. Still working on that. Don't know if I told you that my teeth broke again. I'm just falling apart. Oh well. Dentist says that that's just sometimes happens with certain people, that it's nothing that I'm necessarily doing wrong. It's not necessarily that I have poor dental hygiene. It's just could be poor dental hygiene from when I was little. That's coming back to haunt me. That's possible, or it could just be genetics. He says that happens sometimes. So but he also says that I have a pretty strong jaw pressure. I am a strong-jawed woman. And he says that that may have something to do with it too. And just over time, years and years and years of excessive pressure on my teeth has just caused them to start to crack. You know, there's only so much stress an object can have before it begins to fatigue, and he says that could just be the case in my teeth. But I just have a strong jaw muscles, and then I've just fatigued my teeth. But at least he's able to fix it, so I'm good with that. But I'd already gone in for the fitting, the temporary crown and all of that stuff, and the mold and all of those things that they have to do. And dentist called the other day and said, your crown's in, you just need to come in and have it put in. So tomorrow's appointment shouldn't be too bad. Won't have to numb me up, that's for sure. Not too thrilled with the numbing up process. I like this. This is really pretty. This is coming out so nice. Okay. As some of you know, I'm on a short vacation, just a few days, 5 days. I wish, I don't know, I have a lot of vacation to use, which is a good thing. But I'm not sure that this week is a good week to do it, but you know, it is what it is. But we're going to have change in management this week. So when I get back from my vacation, I will have a new store manager. And I don't know who they are. So we will see how things go. Okay. Let that dry real good. Going to do my shading. So get my pencil, for sure right around here where these petals overlap the pearl. I want shading, and then I'll want some coming down into this area where it I always like it to be darker where the petals all kind of come together. That's where it would naturally be more shading, more dark, because there's all those folds in there. So right here in the middle would naturally be a little darker. And I'm just going to take a blending stump. You can also get these in any art supply store. I get questions on that all the time too. And if you don't know what a blending stump is or where to find it, just ask at the desk, the cashier, and just say, you know, I'm looking for a blending stump. And they'll know exactly what you're talking about and be able to guide you to the right location in their store. Basically just a roll of compressed paper that you can use to smudge graphite. And look at that. See how that looks 3D compared to this? And then we will do our magic and use the white and pop it off the page. And I'm going to decide if I want to make this gem a color or not. So what I'm going to do, actually, I think I'm going to do a little sample here. Like that. And I'm just on the back of my page. I'm going to get my pencil. And I'm going to think, I want to see what does purple look like with this blue paper. Not bright enough, huh? a little dark. Okay. How about this color? Oh, that's better. Still a little dark though. That's okay. Maybe pink, like the bright pink. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I think that's kind of pretty. What happens if I put white over the top? A little too much white. Another layer of pink. I like that though. I like that with the blue. Okay. So I think that's what my plan is. I'm going to use mulberry, rose, pink, and white. For my gem, but I'm gonna do the shading first. I'm gonna keep working on my shading. I've gone a little ADD here on you, sorry. Let's finish the shading first and then come back with color. I think I want a little bit of that color, and then I'll come back with the white and just really pop the petals with white. That. Same with this one. I've really started to just completely love working on colored paper. And these colored papers, I just got them in a multi-pack at, I believe I was at Hobby Lobby, in the scrapbooking section where they have just the scraps of paper. Most of these were square, and that's the package I chose. Yeah, and it was super cheap. It was like, I don't remember, it was $7 or $8, and I had a 40% off coupon, so you know, it was like $5 for like 200 sheets of paper to draw on. And I'm just really loving this drawing on colors. And you do have to kind of experiment, because you know, if I did those three colors, the pink, the purple, and the white, on white paper, it might look completely different, because the blue gives it an undertone that's slightly different. Okay, so now I can smudge all that first. I need to take off my sweater. The day is warming up. Whew. Okay, better. I don't know what temperature it is. What temperature is it? Good question. It's been lovely. Oops, no. Unlock my phone. Go to the home page. It's 55 outside, which at least that's what it says it is, but I'm not sure I believe that. Let me go to my weather station. No, it's 74 outside. That sounds better. My phone says it's 55, but that is not right. And it's 76 in here. That seems more accurate because I'm starting to get warm. It's a beautiful spring day. The birds are chirping. It's lovely. Had a couple of mornings where it was drizzly. There was one day that it was actually raining enough that my husband didn't ride his bicycle. But he's back to riding every morning, first thing. And I'm back to being tired. I didn't think I was actually waking up when he woke up. He does a pretty good job of grabbing the alarm before it really gets going. And most of the time he wakes up before his alarm goes off even, and just scooches out of bed. So I thought I was sleeping through it, but I realized that I'm not, because I am so much more tired recently now that he started writing again than I was when he was sleeping in and not getting up until I got up. So it does disrupt my sleep. I didn't think it did, but it does. So I am really tired. But that's okay. I'll live. I need to zoom back out a little bit. You're a little close. But I'm just really liking how this is coming. Okay, let me get my pencil sharpener and sharpen up these guys so I get a little bit better on my sharpening here. And I'm almost out of white. I'm going to have to switch over to my other brand of pencil, but that's okay. Let's go with this. Speaking of art supplies, I ordered, you guys follow Jazza on YouTube? Don't know if you guys do. I've mentioned him before. He is launched a curated art supply box. It's a little pricey. It's going to be $99. Free shipping in the United States. But it's this art supply box full of illustration, drawing tools that he personally recommends, and some things that were created specifically for him and for his followers, and it's really cool. I am so looking forward to it coming, because it'll have things in it that I've never used before, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it coming. I will unbox it on the channel because he wants to see people unbox, and yeah, so when it comes I'll do that. It won't be here for a while. I believe the last date of order is June 30th, and then they start shipping after that, because I guess they're going to curate them as they know how many orders are coming in. So yeah, so the people who ordered first, I ordered on the very first day it was launched, like within hours of when it was launched, because I was so excited. And I'm excited to support a fellow artist that, you know, he's working hard for this, and to be a big enough YouTuber where he gets his face and his drawings and his stuff, like Spectrum Noir, the alcohol markers, have created their own box of curated colors with his avatar picture on it. They're a specially packaged thing just for Jazza. That's cool. And then I'm assuming that once the box has launched and it's out there in the world, that I don't know if you'll be able to purchase that Jazza Special as on its own without being in the box. I'm not sure. I would think that Spectrum Noir would do that, but you never know. They might not. They may make it just for the box. And then the other thing that was cool is that he didn't like the tips on the brush tips on the regular Spectrum Noir markers. He found them to be a little mushy and not very accurate. Kind of like what I was telling you about when I was doing, this, where it has gone mushy. Well, he found that he didn't like him, and they actually developed a different tip for his markers. They are specifically designed Illustrator markers for Jazza, and they have a different tip, and then they're going to launch that tip within their whole Illustrator line of markers, but it's starting with his box, and that's what I'm excited about, because I don't use Copic markers. I've never tried alcohol-based markers because they're so darned expensive, and the ones that are cheap, I watch a lot of YouTube videos from various artists, and the cheap alcohol markers just don't cut it. And but I trust that Jazza was absolutely honest and truthful with what he says, because he basically said that the markers were really good markers except for that brush nib. But the ink itself and the colors and the vibrancy and the ability to blend and all of those things that the illustrators really like in Copics worked very well with the Spectrum Noir. So they're sort of a mid-range. They're not as cheap as some of the ones that I see other YouTubers do, like the Touch 5 or Touch New or whatever that's called, and there's another one, I don't remember its name. It'll come to me eventually, probably after I've turned off my video. It'll just, dang it. Anyway, those ones are not refillable. The Spectrum Noirs are, like Copics apparently. They're refillable. So, if you use up one color, you don't have to buy a whole nother set to get that one color back. That's one of the things I don't like about the cheap sets of markers, is if you have one or two markers that you don't know. Same thing with the color pencils. I like to buy them in ranges where you can just buy them open stock and just buy one pencil or one pen in the color that you want. I'm going to do like this first, and then I'm going to put the pink back over the top again, because I think that's a little bit too white. But I want to lay some of that white down first. Oop, don't go out there. Hang on a second. I cover that back up. I got a little carried away out there in my black. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, and I'm going to come back with a pink. Go a little bit like that and just blend that. Because I want it light, but I don't want it like white. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. blending. I'm learning how to use my colored pencils and how to blend and how to really just enjoy color. But all I can do is just practice and play and just learn. So I want a little bit more white again on top, just right at the edge. And then I'm gonna try a yellow for the leaf, the petal things. I want to see what that looks like. So I'm gonna take it back over here to my sample side, and I'm gonna try a yellow. This one is the yellow ochre. No, it doesn't pop off with the blue. Okay, let's try the yellow. And it kind of goes green. Okay, so let me try this one, which is a cream, which is kind of like the white, but not white. Yeah. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the yellow. And I want to give it a little bit of sharpening. And the cream. Okay. So I'm going to do the yellow first. I'm going to put the cream over the top and blend that in. So it's not quite so yellow. Ew, I do like that. That's cool. And then I may end up coming back with the yellow on the top one more time. See, it kind of has turned kind of green because it's got the blue underneath. And I really wasn't sure I wanted green. I really didn't want them to look like leaves. I want them to look like petals. Sorry this is going kind of long, but I'm just enjoying my coloring. So you guys have been hijacked along with my coloring. I was done with the pattern a long time ago. So my son got his job that he was applying for. Very proud of him that he got the job. Also very sad that he will be moving away. He won't be like super far away, but far enough away that we won't be able to see him that often. He will be about a 6-hour drive away. About 400 miles. No, it's less than that. 350 miles. Something like that. How's that? I think that's cool. And the blue is acting like a shadow. I like that. And then I think I'll take my white Decrease pen and do like some super bright white highlights. I think this is good. Yeah, I'm happy with this, how it turned out. One of my favorites, I think. So yeah, he'll be working at a company that is a software development company that does data analysis up in the Bay Area. He's going to be working on a sort of a temporary project. It's they're estimating that he will complete the project in approximately 6 months. He will kind of be working on his own, taking old laptops that the company, as they've brought on new laptops or have retired a laptop, they've been just sort of storing it in a storage area. And they want to take all of these laptops that have accumulated, which is a lot of them, and remove any vital data from them, clean up the hard drives, re-image them, and prepare them for either resale, donation, or to put back into service at the company, depending on the age of the laptop and the specifications and so forth. They may not want to bring it back into the company since they're a high data usage company, that they have certain specs, and the laptops may have fallen out of spec requirements, but they're perfectly good laptops that can be used, especially for maybe they would donate it to school or someplace where women's shelter or something where somebody could use these laptops. I don't care if my laptop's a couple years old and it isn't the best and fanciest thing if it works, right? But anyway, that's going to be his job, sitting in a room imaging hard drives. Won't that be exciting? Not my cup of tea, but it is his cup of tea, and since it's his cup of tea, I think that's awesome. I'm going to go back through and I want to re-highlight some of this yellow. I want to get yellow back in here. Just put it right over the top of all that cream color, just to really get yellow color back in here. So I feel like I lost some of it. Nothing crazy, yeah, that's better. And then I think I'm going to want to highlight with the white. I think that will be what gives it that pop that I just really think it needs. I actually think I might need a bit of dark blue or dark purple, maybe the dark purple, darkest purple. I'm going to go with the darkest purple, and I'm going to come in here right in the middle and just give it a little bit of color coming up here in the shadows. Instead of the graphite. Because I think I lost the graphite shadows. As I colored, I lost some of that darkness that I want. I want that. Yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go. I lost that dark bit, but I didn't want it black. So the dark purple, perfect. Come in here and get that. Another layer. Layer after layer. That's what I've learned with colored pencil. The more layers, the better. Am I running out of time? I'm running out of time. It's going to turn off on me here shortly. You know what? I think that's good. I'm not sure I need the highlight. Just a little bit. We'll just add a little highlights. And I may add some more after I turn off the camera because I'm running out of time. And your guys are going to just get cut off. So if the thumbnail looks slightly different, it's going to be because I'm add just a few more highlights at the end. After I turn off the camera. Okay, so we need, this one is called Opally. There we go. Oh, I really, really like this. I have had so much fun. This was a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but I'm just super, super happy with this. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video. Go out and do something nice for someone today and make the world a better place. And I will be back. Bye-bye.